Hello, Political Wizard here. I'm probably going to get into trouble for this, but somebody's got to say something about it. The interview I want to discuss was shared on the 10th of October 2023. That was 3 days after the 7th October Hamas attack on Israeli citizens.
I think you would understand I have to start with events that we're seeing in the Israel-Hamas conflict.
Absolutely.
Overnight, Leo Varadkar, who for my listeners is effectively the Irish Prime Minister, has said that Israel have to be careful because if they're not proportionate, they will risk losing global support. Sir Keir Starmer, what is a proportionate response in your view?
I think the first thing I have to say is responsibility lies with Hamas. This is cold-blooded murder of men, women, even children. It is terrorism, and Israel has the right to defend herself. And there are ongoing situations with hostages, and Israel has the right to do everything that it can to get those hostages back safe and sound. And therefore, I'm very clear, Israel does have that right to defend herself, and Hamas bears responsibility.
This first section is often edited from later copies of this video, apparently to make Sir Keir's purpose less ambiguous and create the impression he supports anything Israel does to the citizens of Gaza. It is very clear that he believes Hamas was responsible for the attacks, and that Israel has the right to defend itself from terrorism. This is important because it is obviously the message he wants to convey.
Siege is appropriate? Cutting off power, cutting off water, Sir Keir?
Well, I think that Israel does have that right. It is an ongoing situation. Obviously, everything should be done within international law, but I don't want to step away from the sort of core principles that Israel has a right to defend herself and Hamas bears responsibility.
Obviously, I don't want to step away from international law. This is often scrubbed over as meaningless, but it is actually Sir Keir's answer to Ferrari's last question, and amounts to a no, because withholding water and electricity is contravening that law. He confirmed this in later interviews, as we can see now.
So let me be clear about what I was saying and what I wasn't saying. I was saying Israel had the right to self-defense, and when I said that right, it was that right to self-defense. I was not saying that Israel had the right to cut off water, food, fuel or medicine.
This is extremely important, as a whole stable of left-wing influencers have used this as evidence that Starmer and Labour support Israel's genocide in Gaza, when it is no such thing.